Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I know, I haven't done a video in a while. I apologize. They're coming, believe me, they are coming. It's just taking me a minute to figure out what I want to do. So, unless you give me some suggestions down in the comment section, right now I'm just leaning more towards some games and some I'm not. Some more content maybe, I don't know. But, for right now, I'm going to make a video clearing up a little bit about a game called Mobile Legends. You can find it on the Play Store for free. You can find it on the Apple Store. You can play it on PC. It's basically a MOBA game, Mobile Online Battle Arena, or Massive Online Battle Arena, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so we're going to go over one of my favorite roles in Mobile Legends, and that's going to be the jungler, or the assassin role, whatever you want to call it. So as I go through this, I'm going to be telling you and showing you the basics, the beginner tips of a jungler, and where I see a lot of you junglers and assassins messing up, because you're thinking in your head, oh, I'm a jungler, I'm an assassin, I can take these jungle creeps out like that. But the thing is, junglers are meant to stay in the jungle. Not always, but they're not meant to be in the lanes like you would for the fighters, or for the tanks, or for the mages, or for the marksmen. That's a big no-no. You see, the disadvantage of being a jungler is you're not meant to be in those lanes by yourself. Think of a jungler as the heartbeat of the team. Think of yourself as the not so seen support character. Now, if you're running around the jungle and you're leveled up enough and you notice that your mid lane needs help, sure, run over there and help them take out whatever they need help with, but then get back in the jungle, because that's where you belong. At least for the first 5-6 minutes anyway, because you'll see. So without further ado, here we go. Hope you all enjoy.
Lost in the shadows, feeling so small, but I've got a fire, won't let myself fall. Every hit taken, every scar earned, lessons in pain from which I've learned. When the world says I'm done, I'm just on in my run. Through the darkest of nights, I will find. You won't get me down, you won't get me down. I can't back on track with a peaceful attack. I always come back around. I'll never back down, no, I'll never back down. That force to behold and it waits to unfold. I always come back around. When worlds converge and dreams ignite, there are millions to witness the champion arise. With every challenge, we push with all our might. have only one goal, the ultimate prize when hope seems so far. I'll reach for the stars in the heart of the storm. I am reborn, I am reborn. You won't get me down, you won't get me down. I can't back on track with a peaceful.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So, thing about Dairoth is he's a healer, he's a damage dealer, and he's fast, real fast. So here I'm going to show you some of the equipment that I use. You can use it, do whatever you want with it, but this is what I go for. And as you can see, it's mostly jungle. The middle one, however, is for fighting. So if you want to take a mid lane, that's fine. Now, these are all preset. So you're going to want to go with Seasoned Hunter, mainly because it gives you extra damage with the turtle, the lord, and the creep and the jungle creeps. You can pick whichever one you want, but I go with this one. Let's see here. That's just for extra bonus. Now you can scramble through any of these that you want, but for a beginner, I would probably go with either Warcry or Quantum Charge. I believe I'm going with Quantum Charge here. So yeah, don't do Temporal Rain, trust me. That's advanced, you're a beginner, you don't want this. Quantum Charge is exactly what you want, trust me. And don't go with any of the fancy emblems, just go with the basic one. Not the assassin, not the fighter, just the basic. Now, here I'm going to pick Thrill. And the reason I picked Thrill is because it gives me a adaptive attack, and that's exactly what you want with Dairoth. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, sometimes you're going to want to take him out of the jungle, not all the time, but sometime, and you want to take him and let him go help in the lane, but do not put him in the lane by himself. You will not like the outcome of that. Now let's move on to some of the items. Magic boots. This is what I use because it gives me it gives me protection. We're going with Blade of the Hypsies. I believe that's what that is. We're going with Hunter Strike. Hunter Strike's a very good item for beginners. We're going to go with the Blade of Despair. That's a very good beginner item. Malefic Roar. Always use Malefic Roar, especially with junglers, no matter what. And of course Immortality, because that's like your second life. Doesn't always work for you, but in this situation with Dairoth it will. It brings you back to life if you go down. Trust me, it's gonna work. And we're gonna go up against Xylon here because he's another jungle and he's a fighter.
The Dragonborn is
so we're
back.
gonna see just how good he really is.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Alright, here we go. Now, tip number one when it comes to a jungler, stay in the jungle. Now this creep here, excuse me, this jungle creep is not going to be here until 25 seconds in game. This is a practice game, so they're already there. Lord's there, Turtle's there. But 25 seconds is where this creep comes in. This is my tip for you. Tip number one. When playing a jungler, everything I do for the next 5 minutes or for the next 3 minutes is going to be the basics. Always do this. And keep doing this. This is what I meant by being the heartbeat and the backbone. The more you jungle, the more money your team's going to have to buy items, the quicker they're going to level up, the more power they're going to have, especially the buffs. As you can see, after I beat that orange jungle creep, I have the buff. Now we're going to finish this guy off here. Then we're going to cut across. And we're going to go straight to the blue buff. Straight to the blue buff. So, orange buff, blue buff. These are the first two you want to do every single game. Now, like I said, every creep is on the map right now. But in game, they're not going to be there for a while. 25, 30 seconds at the most. The Lord doesn't show up until late in the game, like mid-game. Like maybe the first 7, 8 minutes. And that depends on how many turtles you get. Don't worry about the lane right now. See this little jungle creep right here? Always kill that creep. Now, the other jungler on the other team is going to be doing the same thing. So keep that in mind. You're not going to be on the field by yourself. Go ahead and kill the kill the turtle. That's going to give your team an extra buff and shield. Definitely go for it. This is the jungler's bread and butter right here. Jungle creeps, turtle, and when it comes time, Lord. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I'm confident against Zylong. I'm going to go ahead and take him on. Go ahead and bully him out of your mid lane. Anytime your mid lane needs something, or any lane, top lane, mid lane, bottom lane, always help him out, but do not stay there. Now you see the Lord right there. He's not going to be there this fast in the game.
Your strategies
So take time. Go ahead and kill this creep here because it gives you extra gold, which helps you and your teammates out. This is the jungler's main concern here. Kill all the jungle creeps as fast as you can, and if you're feeling ballsy, jump over into the enemy jungle, kill their creeps so that they can't give their team an advantage. That's the tip right here. Do this every single game.
I will do anything.
No matter
for
what.
the
If somebody
abyss.
calls for help, right now, that's not your concern. The first 4 or 5 minutes of the match, you are in the jungle, you are farming, you are killing. That is your goal. Now, if you see an enemy by themselves coming through your jungle or coming up the lane by themselves and there's nobody there to contest him, take them out if you can. If not, back off, go into the jungle, do what you got to do. With Dairoth, very easy because he heals. Every time he hits a creep, every time that he hits an enemy player, he's healing. No matter what. Now notice I rotated right back down, right back down here. That is your main focus. Rotate the map. If you're not rotating, you're not winning. Now here in a second, we're going to go for the Lord.
Your life
Go ahead and bully him out of your lane.
You have slain an enemy.
Wiped out.
Jungle creep, again, trust me, you're going to need that. That little creep there gives you gold, vision, and in certain situations it could also heal you sometimes. But it gives you vision in case an enemy comes running up there. Now, do not do what I'm doing here unless you're confident that you can take this Lord by yourself. He deals massive damage. If you're a jungler that's not Dairoth and you don't heal up that fast, please call your team to help you. Please call your team to help you.
Slain Lord.
But that Lord does massive damage and it's going to help you move up those lanes, get those turrets down. Yep, there comes Zylong again. Now see, he almost had me, but luckily I heal every time I hit him.
Wiped out.
Now don't try this in a 2v1 because you're not going to win. Sometimes you might, if you're an advanced player and you know the pros and cons of your character, but don't ever 2v1 anybody with a jungler unless you're in a team fight. Now in a team fight, you bring your jungler out, you wipe the team, help fend off the enemy team, and then you back in the jungle. That's what you do. Might sound boring, but that is the aspect of a jungler in the game. No matter what.
Who would recognize someone as weak as you?
Your team destroyed a turret.
Now, as you can see here, there's nothing on the other lane. It's just me and Zylong and the minions. But as you see here, now I'm in the enemy jungle. Now this is something that you can do in between waiting on the Lord and the turtle, whatever have you. If you have time, go into the enemy jungle, kill their creeps too. They have the same thing you have. The only benefit is now you don't get the buffs from their benefits unless you know if you already have them. But what that does is that stops them from having an edge in battle. What you're doing for your team, they're doing for their team. So if you can get your jungle done and then move on to their jungle, that is huge help. Very huge help. Now, I am going to let you know this because this is one of the unspoken rules, right? So whenever you're in the enemy jungle for the first 5 minutes, if you get caught in there by enemy players, you take 20% more damage. So it's like the team gets a damage buff against you if you're in the jungle for the first 5 minutes. If you get caught in their jungle, same goes for them. If they're in your jungle, you catch them, Boom. Extra damage on them. Now, remember whenever I said earlier to, you know, call for help with the Lord? Well, it's simple and a lot of people don't really know how to do it. But what you do is you just drag your little message bar up there, the little attack, the attack call, and just drag it to the Lord on the map. That will let your team know that you need help. You're over there at the Lord. Boom. 9 times out of 10 they'll come rush. If not, just do what you can, but do not sacrifice yourself for the Lord. Do not, because what's going to happen is 9 times out of 10 the enemy jungler is going to be waiting in the bush. He's got retribution just like you have. Retribution is a jungle perk, and what it does is after you get, and you'll see it, after you get a jungle creep down to a certain amount of health, you hit it and it'll insta kill them. They have that too. 9 times out of 10 they're either going to sit in the bush, wait for you to do all the work, and then they're going to run over without you knowing it, and they're going to hit the retribution and take the Lord from you. Or other scenario, what they're going to do is they're just going to call their team over, let them know that you're taking Lord, and then you're going to be in a 1v6. And the reason I say 1v6 is because the Lord is hostile in the jungle to any and all players around him. That is not a winning battle. Call your team, get them to help you, even if you don't need it. Even if you don't need the help, call them anyway, because you never know who's hiding in the bush waiting to ambush you and take that Lord from you. But if you follow these tips, and like I said in the beginning of the video, you can go back, you can copy my setup, do whatever. This is the setup I use. Now, I wouldn't recommend you doing this in the game. Like I said, it's just me and Xylong right here, so it's not that big of a deal. But 9 times out of 10, the game's not going to be this short, because you're going to have everybody on the enemy team waiting for you right there. Do not push the turret by yourself. I mean, you could, but only in certain situations. Xylong's going to come back down. I'm just going to rotate around him, and that's going to be that. Now, you're not always going to win. You're not always going to win. But if you follow these tips, you're going to get more victories than you normally would. Just remember that.